Hello, magical people. So this is part 2 of story time about my car accidents. If you haven't seen part 1, I will link it down below in the iCard, and watch that first because it'll kind of lead into what happened now. But after that first car accident, we then went shopping for a new car. We ended up getting the same car, which was a Toyota RAV4. But we got a 2017, which is a little bit newer model than what we had last time, and it was in this bright blue, well, it is in this bright blue color that we absolutely loved, so we're really happy with the vehicle. And we can tell you it is safe because we survived that wreck with pretty much some minor bruising and a cut. So all in all, it turned out pretty good considering. Fast forward a little bit, we get the new car. I've had it for 2 weeks maybe. I still have the temporary tags on it. It is Christmas Eve and we are loading up the car with the family and all of the presents, and we're getting ready to head over to my brother's-in-law to celebrate Christmas with his family. I have my husband, his dad, and their grandmother in the car, and I am at a stoplight. And I have been stopped there for probably at least a minute. The car behind me has also been stopped at the same stoplight for probably about the same time. Light does not change, nothing happens. Suddenly we hear him revving his engine behind us and he hits us and rear ends my brand new, maybe 2-week-old vehicle. So I get out of the car. Actually, first I checked if Grandma was okay because I know if you're older, it can be harder to go through things like that, and I didn't know how hard he had really hit the back. She said she was fine, and she was just really mad that this happened and that this kid did this to us, so it's kind of funny. So we ended up, I got out of the car, Joe's dad got out of the car because we were both on the driver's side, which was the only way to get out. The other side had a bunch of traffic. We were in a turn lane, but no light had changed, nothing. Everyone was still stopped, like both lanes of traffic, so I don't know what he was thinking. So I get out of the car, and the kid gets out of the car, and he's like in this like kind of older truck, and my whole back door smashed in. Luckily it just scraped my bumper a little bit, and I didn't break the window, but like the whole back door was concave. And I was so mad because I had just been through this and I just gotten this second car, and I was just like, what the heck were you thinking? Why did you hit the gas? What's going on with you? Like, why did that happen? And Joe's dad was like, whoa, calm down, he's just a kid. Turns out he was 16 years old, and you know, he is just a kid. So we pulled into a parking lot nearby and called the cops just so everything could get documented. And while the cop was there, he was like, hey, he's 16. If you want, I can give him a ticket. But if I give him a ticket here in Georgia, he will lose his license until he's 21. And I was like, ugh. I can remember being 16, and I can remember how cool it was to have my license. And that's kind of life-changing for a kid not to have your license for that long. And he would have to take classes, like there was a lot involved in it. So we decided not to give him a ticket. But the cop wrote down all his information. He was like, if you have any problems, like we know it was his fault. You guys literally did nothing. And he was really nice, like the nicest cop I've ever met. And so his dad then shows up, and he shows up in like, I think it was like a BMW, something really fancy. And he was like, is everybody okay? And then like went around like really awkwardly shaking all of our hands. And I had sent Joe to get a drink while we were waiting because it took a long time since this one was an emergency. We didn't even have an ambulance or anything to show up this time. And he was like on his way back when the cop arrived. And the cop just took everyone's statements and, you know, didn't write him up, and then we drove over to the Christmas party and had Christmas, and then a few days later sent the car into the shop, which took like a month to get it fixed. And it was kind of a pain in the tuchus, and I didn't really like how it all went, and I even had to argue with my insurance company, which was the same as their insurance company. We both had Allstate, just to get my rental car not to be a little peewee car, because unfortunately, since I've been in 2 accidents within a few months of each other, I don't like driving in really small vehicles because it makes me really nervous. I kind of consider it PTSD for driving because it affects me that much, and I have moments where I like completely I don't trust anybody, and I'll be driving and like just wary that everyone's gonna hit me, and I can't watch my rear view camera when I'm at a stoplight because I'm just like everybody just comes up too fast. I'm getting better and I'm getting more comfortable now that I'm driving my car and I don't have to be in a bunch of different vehicles and have to worry about a bunch of different types of drivers, so it is better. I still don't trust any other drivers, which I think is maybe an okay thing considering everything that went through. Nobody was hurt, and luckily it was basically a fender bender, except it was my trunk and not my fender that was bent. And I mean, so far it turned out okay, but I just wanted to say that's why I haven't been posting and why my life's been crazy because all of this happened, and we're finally getting over the first accident, and I was done with physical therapy, and then the next week we got into the second accident. So it's just been a wild ride here, and I thank you all so much for putting up with it, and I've gotten a lot of new subscribers, so if you guys have any questions or want to know more about me or have any suggestions for types of videos that you want to see, please let me know. I'm willing to cooperate. And as always, I hope you all have a magical day. We'll see you in the next video.